afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and we are live from the campus of Beverly High School to bring you Panthers baseball here today. Dominic Lorenzano alongside Rich Francis, as always, to bring you this matchup today between the Beverly Panthers and the Masconomet Chieftains. And it is senior day as well, so I'm guessing they're doing some sort of a ceremony type thing for the two seniors on the Panthers squad today.
Yeah, we will be doing a little something pretty late tonight.
Yes.
They'll be going out with their families.
Yes. And Panthers have won 3 straight coming into this game, so looking to keep the winning streak alive. They got some assistance last game in that win streak. It was a bit of a goofy game, quite a bit. Panthers bats really only mustered 4 hits throughout the game, but they won 6-5 anyway. And they'll have a tough test today in Eric Sibak, the one who was on the mound today for Masconomet. Yes. Yes. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. There was a bunch of other goofiness too. I mean, one of them still goes down as an error, but it's its own thing. You know, there was the catcher's interference, a big drop third strike. It was all kinds of wildness today.
Well, and you know that catcher's interference.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, Masconomet again today. Panthers on a 3-game. Usually we've started these broadcasts talking about the weather and what a beautiful day it is for baseball, and our luck has run out here today, Rich.
Yeah, you know, you can only have so many good days of weather. And then finally we got hit. We got hit with this cold, a little raw. We may be getting rain later on tonight. Hopefully we'll be able to get the whole game in without the rain.
No, hopefully we even got the tent set up right.
Yeah, we got a tent over us just to protect us, you know, in case it does rain and protect the equipment.
Let's be honest, it's more to protect the camera.
Yeah, well, we're not that expensive. The cameras are.
We are not, but the cameras are quite expensive.
So, you know, we started early because we thought this was going to be an early event with the senior day. But now the fans just get to watch how you know, infield, outfield warm-ups before a game start. That's all.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm just wondering how this senior whole thing is going to go. Masco was a little late to showing up today, so that's part of the reason the field is still going on.
Well, you know, Masco is, you know, unlike, say, a Danvers or Salem or whatever, Masco is coming from a little further away. Although it's probably an easier ride from Masco than trying to get from Salem High School here because of all the traffic in a place like Salem. But, you know, Masco, it's actually right up the road on 95, so it's not that bad getting here. It's just you got to get out of school, you got to get dressed, and you got to come on down.
So, by the way, Eric DiPiero is the one getting the start today for Beverly, and he's thrown a couple of good games so far. And what have you seen from DiPiero on the mound so far this season?
Well, you know, I had a chance to look at him in the bullpen warming up, and he was mixing up his pitches. He was hitting his spots. So hopefully he'll be able to bring that into the game. What we've seen and has been the case largely for most of their pitchers this year is the inability to go long in the game. You know, you get 2 really good innings from these guys, and then that third inning gets a little wacky. Which has been the case. Eric, when he has started, has been pretty good.
Yes.
And actually the other day he came in out of the bullpen, started out struggling, but then he kind of calmed down a little bit and held the team, together to get to the bridge guy at the end. But
I believe that wasn't the last game. That was
that was the Salem game. Right?
Yes, against Salem. Yeah, last game it was Gavin was the only one who worked out of the pen.
Right. Yeah, and Cooper came in and did a really good job holding the team together until they could get a couple of runs to take the lead. So he wound up getting the win.
He did
in that game.
4 innings of working relief. He is not available to pitch today, by the way.
Right, but I think everybody else is.
Yes.
Frost pitched, but I don't think he threw enough to have him have to sit. So and they're not playing again until Monday, Memorial Day. And so, they could stretch Eric out a little bit. They can go to the bullpen. You got Frost. You got Josh Demers, who hasn't pitched in a few games.
Yes.
And he had been sort of that linchpin a number of times when they couldn't get through. He's a good middle reliever kind of guy. And then you got Christian Morrissey, who could come in, give you a couple innings.
Yeah, we haven't seen, at least from the games we've done, we haven't seen Morrissey out of the pen yet at all. But he will be available. And according to the roster, the lineup sheet that I was given from Cahill, the only person he had marked on it unavailable to pitch today was Gavin. So And Cooper Gavin, talking about that 4 innings out of the pen in that last game, it was a sensational job. He came in with a whole big mess, second and third, nobody out, and he actually only gave up 1 run, despite being a little off on the first batter, walking him and floating the bases with nobody out. He got out of it only giving up 1 run.
Yeah,
and it was a huge point in that game because that was a chance for Danvers to actually blow things open a little bit, and they could not cash in.
And, one of the things that Beverly's seeing today for the first time in a while is a right-handed pitcher. They've been facing a lot of lefties. Okay, so it looks like we're going to do the ceremony right now. Coach Cahill's down there.
Yep.
You probably won't hear him, so we'll have to kind of narrate it a little bit here for you. All right, so they're calling Brennan Frost.
Yep.
And he's accompanied by his mom, Kelly, his brother, his younger brother, we can't say little brother anymore, Ryder, and his dad, Brady. So they're going to go out, they'll take a picture. They always give the mother the flowers.
Brady seems like a good guy. He's come over and talked to us now after the last couple of broadcasts for a little bit.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to coach with Brady in Little League and that kind of stuff, and got to know him pretty well. It's a good family, good group of people they got right there. They raised their kids well. The 2 very respectful kids. Brennan's going to UMass. He's going to be studying astronomy, I guess, and aeronautics, or he wants to be an aeronautical engineer. And then here we got Eric DiPiero with his father Chris and his mother Lynn. And Chris, I had the opportunity to coach girls basketball with the Kiwanis League a few years ago.
Okay.
Both, again, good people, raising good kids, same kind of thing. And Eric's going to be going to WPI to study civil engineering.
All right.
And I was just talking with Chris before the game, and he was saying that Eric's going to be playing baseball for the WPI team.
Nice.
They're going to be using him as a pitcher.
So he will continue his baseball career even after this now. Very nice, very nice.
And, Chris made a good point. He said, it's an engineering school, right, WPI. And so he'll have teammates who are also engineers and who will have gone what he went through, dealing with a very difficult major.
Yes.
And so, it's good. He'll have an opportunity to learn from those older kids, hopefully.
Yeah. So with that, the senior ceremonies are done, and Panthers huddling up, everybody huddling up here for a second, and we are moments away from getting this one underway here from on a chilly Friday. from getting this one underway. And after the ceremonies, senior Eric DiPiero, the one getting the ball today for the Panthers, looking to keep this 3-game winning streak alive and well for Beverly.
So, next year the senior ceremony may have to be carried over a couple of
days,
a week, because this team is so loaded up with juniors. They got 2 seniors and 2 sophomores. Else is a junior, so.
With the call-up of Petrosino now, yeah.
Yeah. Petrosino is actually getting the start out in left field today, right?
Yes, he is. There's a couple of shakeups here to the Panther lineup that we will get the chance to go over in a second. You will see it when we just call the defensive alignment behind DiPiero anyway. All
right, so Coach Cahill doing the ground rules. It's a relatively simple ground rules on this field. With the exception of probably down the left field line, where you got a line that's drawn that goes straight down from the fence here, all the way past the outfield fence. And, you got parents watching a track meet over there going on, so you got to, be careful with that.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's pretty much standard fare. You get a line down right field, same way.
Yeah, there was no special COVID rules for baseball either.
No,
not that we heard of, at least.
Right, I know. Yeah, we were lucky. Well, and tomorrow everything's done, right?
Yes.
All those protocols are done, or unless you have a business and you want to keep on going.
Yes, which I'm sure it will, and some might.
Yeah, I would imagine food service places are still going to be doing that.
Some will, yeah. I can tell you that from firsthand knowledge.
Yeah, right. Or at least the employees will, so. But yeah, there's no, unlike the Bald Street field, right? They got trees inside the fence over there. I know at Stage Fort Park in Gloucester, there's a tree right in the middle of center field. And then there's a fence behind it. So, and there's also a hill in left field. So, I mean, that's one of the more interesting fields. But that's not the varsity field.
No.
So.
I wonder what the rules are for that tree then.
A lot of it, I think, depends.
Like the wall, right?
Well, that's the way I look at it, right?
It's a wall.
Although, it depends on who your coach is at the time, because the coach is kind of like, if it hits the tree, it's a home run, or another guy is it's a wall, or sometimes it's the umpire. There's no I don't think there's anything written for that field. Same thing with Balch. I don't think there's anything really written over there.
Not that I can remember. No. We'll have to ask one of the JV people.
So it's starting to rain a little.
Uh-oh.
A little bit. Just a little, not too bad. But as you can see, people putting their hoods on.
Yep.
We're under the tent.
Yes.
So, although I'm towards the edge
being
of
us has its privileges, right? And with that, Beverly is taking the field, and as we said on senior day,
you see right there, Al Visnick. He just got his umbrella, so he's also he's gonna protect his wife. Yeah, exactly.
DiPiero, the man getting the nod today, and the defensive alignment behind him. Griffin McKay back behind the plate at catcher. Over at first base will be Nick Fox. At second base, Joshua Demers. On the left side of the infield, Ian Visnick at third. Armbruster to the shortstop. In the outfield, over in left field, Petrosino. In center field, Griffin Francis. And over in right field, one of the changeups we talked about, Brennan Frost getting the start out in right field today.
So as someone pointed out, Nick Fox has stepped into the 21st century again. He got rid of the mullet that he had going on there. So maybe he had to get rid of that flow. Maybe he didn't feel comfortable at the plate. Maybe he had to do something to move the mojo along.
Maybe. And this lineup for Masconomet getting ready to face DiPiero. In the leadoff spot, Aaron Zenas, the second baseman. After him, Cam LaGracia, the shortstop. After him, Sean Moynihan, the first baseman. In the fourth spot, cleanup, Ethan Cote, the center fielder. After him, Braden O'Connell doing the DHing. Matt Aldrich in the sixth spot, the third baseman. At the bottom of the order here, number 7, Kevin Pelletier in right field. And left, Joe I said it perfectly before. Kalapinski. And in the ninth spot, the catcher, Will Dempsey. It's the pressure when you got to go name
Right,
after
right.
name. Said it perfectly to start, but
Yep. So as you did say, Dom, it's 54 degrees, 52. It just dropped. It dropped 2 degrees since my last check, and now the
that's depressing.
weather report has changed a little bit. That's a little bit better chance of rain now. So
see, that's depressing to me. To me, it feels like it's like 45. But I'm not used to the weather again yet. And
Right, so
with
that one's
that,
upstairs.
Eric misses a little bit high here to Aaron, and we are underway. DiPiero working fast, winds and fires, and Aaron fouls it back into the net, 1-1.
There's Ryder Frost right there.
Hey.
His father knows to duck under the camera.
And Eric looked like something off speed in the dirt trying to get Zenas to chase, but Aaron was not. So Aaron moves back in front of the count now, 2-1. Eric misfired on that one too, and now he's 3-1 on the leadoff man.
So Eric, he's been known for his control, but he's had a little control issues this season.
And Aaron puts a charge into that ball high and deep in the left center field.
That ball's out of here.
That is gone. Aaron Zenas was sitting all over a fastball on 3-1, and he took it for a ride over that left center field wall. And one batter in, the leadoff home run by Zenas, and Masco opens up the scoring.
All right, so that's the first. No, actually, that's the second home run we've seen down this field this year. That ball just got up into the jet stream and kept on going.
Well, if you look at the flag right now, the wind is blowing literally straight out. And as I said, Eric had fallen behind 3-1, and Aaron could sit dead red, and he got what he wanted.
Yeah. You got to get ahead of the batter.
Yeah. So Zenas, the leadoff home run here in Masco. A beautiful start for them to this game, up 1-0.
Yeah, you like to start an inning with some runs, start a game off with some runs.
This is
no easier way to do that than hit it out of the park.
Yeah, than a leadoff homer. This is Cam LaGracia, the shortstop, standing in now and swung on and fouled back towards the track.
Meet.
Somebody's going to have to duck.
Right into a crowd, but they were paying attention.
So Eric at least ahead now on Cam 1-2.
That ball's
and
down.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Cam was having nothing of it. 2-2 now. Oh, no, it was a full count.
Yeah, okay. Mark had the count correctly.
So I missed one on that, but he walks LaGracia. Not a good start right now for Eric. And now that'll bring up Sean Moynihan, the first baseman, with LaGracia over there at first.
Let's see if Masco likes to run.
And line drive over to second. Demers has it back to first.
Nice play by Josh.
That one ends up being even closer than I thought it was going to
be. He knew exactly. He knew to throw right away. Just the ball couldn't get to him quick enough.
No. Yeah, it looks like Sean got that off the end of the bat a little bit, so it actually hung up in the air a little bit longer. Right to Demers, and that's the first out, and that one swung on and fouled back.
All right, that's how. That's what you want. You want to get ahead in the count. Then you can kind of do what you want with it.
I'm surprised, control issues like that, and Moynihan swinging at the very first pitch.
Got him leaning.
He's a number 3 hitter, though, so I know he's got the green light. If he likes the pitch, he's going to swing.
Yeah.
But this is Ethan Cote now, the center fielder, standing in, the cleanup hitter. And Eric pours that one in for a strike as well, and now he's ahead of Cote, 0-2. Breaking ball away, maybe?
Ooh.
That's exactly what it was. Probably shouldn't say that too loud, though, should I?
Yeah, probably not. I don't think they're hearing us down there.
No.
It's not like we're seeing.
And by the way, if you're hitting, you're locked in. You're not hearing anything. and gets that one in on the hands. Visnick hits the
neither
turf,
could
and
get
so
to
does
it.
Armbruster, but it gets through both of them,
Yep.
and that's a base hit. A
Well,
little bit of
just-
bad luck right there, because I feel like
Yeah.
Eric executed that pitch perfectly and got it on the hands of Cote, but
Yeah.
a little seeing eye ground ball finds that patch in left field.
Yeah, I was able to squeak past two guys. Okay, so Coach coming out right now. It looks like the runner hurt himself on that. I
Oh.
think he tried to stop and he twisted an ankle, it looks like.
Ooh. He'll stop a little.
I don't know if it was on the base or if he slipped. I didn't get a chance to really see it.
I did not. I was watching the ball trickle in the left field.
But I will say this: I looked back to see if he was going to try to go to third because Visnick was on the ground, but he did get back there, and the runner.
And actually, it would have made sense that maybe he slid because he wasn't sure if Visnick was going to get
Yeah.
the ball and throw to second.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was busy watching the ball, so I didn't see what the runner was doing on that.
Because I will say, off the bat of Cote, I thought it was going to be a ground out.
Yeah, I don't think he really hit it hard enough for a double play ball, but
He definitely didn't, but I thought Visnick would have. He definitely think that Ian might have had a play
Yeah.
at second if Ian does field the ball.
oh sure.
But he is all right. Now play will continue in this 2-on with only one out. And the DH, Braden O'Connell, standing in now. And Eric starts him off with a strike at least, 0-1.
Good to see everybody, pretty much everybody wearing long sleeves out there on a cold day too. Got to protect those arms.
Yes.
Of course, you don't expect to be wearing sleeves this late in the season.
Oh, and a breaking ball. Pretty good one. He got just a
Yep.
piece of it. But now he's 0-2. So Eric has O'Connell 0-2 now, much like he had Cote 0-2 just before this.
See what they do with the runners here. Nothing. Inside.
And throws a fastball up and in.
It's actually a good. I like the selection of pitches there, but high fastball with an 0-2 count.
Yes.
It just didn't hit the spot.
No. Got it in a little bit too much, and that's not going to make it as tempting.
Yep.
You elevate there, but you get it out over the middle, but too high for him to reach. It looks good.
Yeah.
You get him to chase.
As we've talked about, that's the one that guys like to chase.
And he
blew
went
that
back
one by him
upstairs, by
going
the way,
inside.
with the fastball and gets O'Connell swinging, and that'll be the second out of the inning.
Again, O'Connell may have been thinking breaking ball with a 1-2 count there and sneak the fastball by him.
Yeah, and then just felt like he had to react to the fastball. He was far behind. Now Matt Aldrich, the man standing in, the third baseman. And Eric a little high on that. The wind has changed direction a little bit, still blowing out, but a little bit towards left field now. From right to left.
That one's in there.
Eric in for a strike right there that time to even the count back up. Ooh, just missed.
Almost.
Was that the slider?
It looked like a ball had movement. Maybe it might have been a cut fastball. The way it was moving there. Yeah. Guys in the booth saying it should have been a strike.
Yeah, it didn't look like it missed by much from up here, but now Eric down 2-1 here on Aldrich.
Ooh, got him.
And the fastball runs in and plunks him, and that'll load the bases.
All right, so I'm going to have the coach go out and talk to him. Settle him down a little bit. Tell him, look, you get 2 outs. Just focus on the batter. Yeah, rain sounds like it's picking up a little bit.
Yeah. Just tell him to calm down a little bit. Other than the pitch to Zenas when he really fell behind, it hasn't looked that bad.
Right.
There was the walk, and then he's gotten a couple outs. He's gotten ahead of most of the guys up until that last at bat. And like we talked about already, I thought on Cote's at bat, I thought he executed the pitch very well. It's just Cote got a little seeing eye ground ball, just was able to find that perfect spot between Visnick and Armbruster.
Yeah, the first two batters, he got behind on
Yes.
both. He gave up the home run, then he walked the next guy, but then he settled back in. All right. I had him guessing on that one.
Check swing fouled off. So he gets ahead of Pelletier here. This is Kevin Pelletier, the right fielder, standing in. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 1 run already home for Masconomet. And he drives this one right back up in the middle in the center field. 1 run will score. The next man coming around, they throw behind him the second. Home and not in time. 2 runs are going to come in to score on the 2-run single by Kevin Pelletier. And Masconomet now up 3-0.
I thought they were going to get him at second, getting off the base a little much.
I did too. I thought they had a chance to get him from behind. The number 7 man, Kevin Pelletier, cashing in big with a 2-out, 2-run single.
All right, so we got the number 8 batter up now.
And that one, this is high and inside from DiPiero, and this is Joe Kalapinski, the left fielder, standing in, number 8 man in the order. And Joe fouls that one off even back over the net, nearly hitting the house.
Robert says this is the Masco team they faced 3 years ago. Got the Division 2.
Breaking ball in on the outside corner for a strike. And now 1-2.
And once again, folks, we got a track meet going on, and that's a blowout of a race right there. I'm going to guess that's Jay-Sean, maybe.
I know. And DiPiero had success on the pitch before that, nabbing the outside corner with the breaking ball, so he decides to go even further outside, and Joe was not looking to chase. Not a bad pitch, though. Now 2-2.
So if this rain keeps up, I wonder what that's going to do. Oh, that ball had some movement on it.
It did.
I wonder how it's going to affect the field and, the players and everything like that.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Could affect a lot of things, and anyone trying to field the ground ball.
Yeah.
And my experience, too, is in the outfield, it's the worst when you get a ground ball just going right through that grass. Oh.
Yeah. You got to come up, grab a wet ball, try to throw it in. And a lot of times the ball, like a liner, will skip and kind of take off.
And Eric trying to tempt him again outside on that breaking ball, but Joe having none of it. So a full count now on Kalapinski.
Yeah, he's had a few full counts, long counts against, 8 batters so far. So he's already thrown a decent amount of pitches.
Yes.
Oh, they got him.
Back, leading one way, and
almost.
very close.
Almost
but he
got him. Almost
sneaks
got
the
him.
hand back in.
That would have been helpful.
That would have been quite the gift.
Yeah.
If they could have stolen that out.
We're talking about the rain. It's coming down. I mean, it's not pouring, but that ball's going to be
another
out
one
of
is
play.
spoiled foul over toward the right side by Kalapinski, and they'll have to do it again here on a full count.
Dom, I have a feeling some people may want to try to come get under the tent with us. We may have a little party here.
We can't allow that.
I know. Social distancing. It's not the 29th yet.
And Eric
he walks him.
misfires right there. Quite an at-bat by Kalapinski, though, as he fouled off a number of pitches.
Yep.
Some on the 3-2 even, too, and that's the second walk of the inning.
It's what they call a quality at-bat, Dom.
Yes.
And even better quality when you get on base, right?
And now this is the number 9 man, the catcher, Will Dempsey, standing in with the bases loaded.
That's in there for a strike.
And that one's in there for a strike from Eric. And a breaking ball in for a strike. Eric doing this a number of times, getting ahead 0-2, but then going deep into the count anyway, not able to finish it off.
Yeah, that one's out of play.
Didn't mess
Masco
around,
doing
by
a
the way,
good
right
job.
there. He poured in a third strike in a row.
But Masco doing a nice job fouling off those pitches with 2 strikes.
They are. They're also not chasing on the breaking ball.
Yeah. That was a good stop there by McKay.
And on command, there was the breaking ball, and Dempsey, once again, just spits on it. Now on the 1-2, ground ball over to Armbruster. He has it.
Tough play, got him.
Fires and got him.
Nice play by Sammy right there.
The inning and put an end to things.
6-3.
But not before the damage is done, as Masconomet jumps on the Panthers here to the tune of 3 runs and didn't waste any time, as Aaron Zenas on a 3-1 count got things started with a leadoff home run. Masco eventually pushing across 2 more on the 2-out, 2-run single by Kevin Pelletier when the bases were loaded. And we go to the bottom of the first. Masco 3, Panthers coming to bat.
Well, you always like to start the first inning off getting everybody in at bat. Now, kind of get you in the grid. It does a couple things. Get guys an at-bat means you're going to get guys a few at-bats during the game. It works the pitcher a little bit. And if you're batting everybody, you're going to get at least a few runs. I would say that Masco probably a little disappointed that they didn't get more out of that. You finish, you finish the inning with, the bases loaded. You hate to end an inning with bases loaded, but Eric doing a nice job getting out of it with less damage than those 3 runs.
Yes. So anyway, this is Eric Sibak, the man taking the hill here for Masconomet. And the lineup that he will face leading off in center field, Griffin Francis, followed by Joshua Demers, then Samuel Armbruster. In the cleanup spot, Ryan Rushton doing the DHing today, followed by that Petrosino over in left. McKay doing the catching, batting 6th, then Frost over in right. Number 8, Nick Fox, and rounding out the lineup, third baseman, Ian Visnick.
So Sibak's thrown a couple of breaking balls so far.
Yeah. Defensive alignment behind this, the right-hander, for once, that the Panthers will face. Will Dempsey behind the plate doing the catching. Over at first base, Sean Moynihan. Second baseman, Aaron Zenas. Over on the left side of the infield, LaGracia, the shortstop. And Matt Aldris over in third. Over in left field, Kalapinski. In center field, Cote. And over in right field, Kevin Pelletier.
So Sibak played travel ball with a couple of the Beverly kids, Francis Demers and Armbruster. Quite a few years ago. I think they were maybe 10 or 11 years old. Throws hard. You can see he's built like a hard thrower.
Yes.
And watching his warm-ups, he's got a little bit of a slider, it looks like. Kind of reminded me of that slider he threw. Kind of reminded me of Jeff Reardon. Who, by the way, was traded for a guy from Swampscott, Matt Murray.
Really?
And probably a player to be named later kind of thing. Actually, I think Murray was the player to be named later. So Murray was a pitcher out of Swampscott that I had actually faced in high school.
So Sibak missing on his first one as Francis is stepping in, and 1-0 the count.
Yeah, you can see
Well,
he does throw hard.
Yes, it's a very compact, a little jerky kind of delivery, by the way, though. It seems like that's something that, the mechanics could be an issue after a while.
Ball 3
it seems like it might not be the, easiest repeatable delivery in the world.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, I've seen this kid pitch since he was 10 or 11 years old, so he's done a lot of work. But, so, okay, Francis, 4 straight.
But it looks like Sibak does not quite have his release point out yet because he walks Francis on 4 straight, and none really even close.
All right, so the base runners will be able to get a little bit better lead this time that they're facing a right-handed pitcher.
And very interested to see just how fast he is to the plate. Side steps, and that one is high and behind the back of Demers, and Eric's still really has not found that release point.
Yeah, a different player may have taken that off the head. Josh not as tall as some of the other kids on the team, but. Okay,
and Eric once again missing high and tight, and he's missed with 6 straight.
So at this point, you're probably not going to steal the guy.
No. Cameraman asking if I think the rain it is. I think he just doesn't have the release point yet.
That's a strike. But he does have movement on that pitch. I mean, there's a tail on that ball.
I actually don't
On
even
that
think that one
fastball.
was a fastball.
No, I know, but I've noticed his fastball, there is a bit of a tail on it.
Yes. But I think Sivak actually turned to the off-speed pitch to get strike one. Fastball and
Ball almost hit him.
had Demers jumping out of the way, but
Well,
the
Josh
umpire
does
calls a
crowd the
strike.
plate. He
does.
is right on top of it. But,
he does. And that back leg is, really out
Yeah.
there.
But the umpire gave him a gift on that one.
So
Oh,
2-2,
it's upstairs.
and now Eric missing high again, and the count is full at 3-2. So 3-2 now. Griffin could be off,
Maybe.
though you don't want to help unless
I don't think you do.
he's shown that. he can
But,
throw strikes
Coach
consistently.
Cahill has been known to be aggressive. Ball's in the dirt, and he's in there anyway.
And by the way,
Oh,
Griffin.
he called it a strike?
Okay, then.
He called that a strike.
All right. So
Okay.
strike 3 called.
Francis with a
Griffin
stolen
was off
base.
on the pitch
Yep.
anyway, though.
Yeah. Oh, he dropped that? Yeah.
He just dropped it to make it look worse. But
But
Francis,
the base was occupied, so Josh couldn't have gone anyway. But you get a man on second base now.
Yeah.
Armbrust a chance to move the.
So Eric recovers a bit there and
Outfield
gets the
movement.
strikeout. Now Armbruster standing in. And
There's
there
that
was a
slider.
breaking ball, but that missed outside.
That's that Jeff Reardon slider there. That thing, it's like a frisbee, just kind of
Yeah.
slides way out there.
I don't think he quite got on top of that one as
No.
much as he wanted to. It flattened out a little bit.
Oh, okay, so that looked like a strike.
It did. So Eric misfiring again, and 2-0 on Armbruster. Griffin over there out at
And
second.
the catcher did turn to the umpire and asked him something, but that ball's outside.
And Eric nowhere close.
All right, so they're working the pitch count anyway.
They are.
So far.
So Sibak now 3-0 on Armbruster. This is the second time. Well, actually, no, all 3 batters have been 3 balls.
So he's thrown
Ball 4, he
ball 4.
walks him.
Okay.
So Francis walked on 4 pitches. Now Armbruster walks on 4
And
pitches.
Demers, struck out on a full count. So you're talking at least 15 pitches here.
Already in only 3 strikes. Now the DH Ryan Rushton standing in.
All right, so if you notice, they're giving Ryan a lot of room to left center. That's where
They
he's
don't
been hitting the ball
trust that
effectively.
he's going to be able to pull the ball on him.
Well, you know what? Then
No, but I know how far over the second
does.
baseman's playing.
Yeah, right.
He's playing. I mean, now he's
Yeah.
even exaggerated because he's holding the man. But
Right.
even when he came back, he wasn't that far over.
Yeah. But when Ryan's hitting well, he's hitting the ball to that gap right there in left center.
He is.
I mean, that's where most of his doubles have come from this year.
Yeah.
Of course, you like to see him maybe pull the ball and move the runners.
Yes.
But at this point, you just want to see a base hit. Ooh, there's that breaking ball.
Oh,
I don't think he was ready for that one.
He was not. That buckled him. Eric snapped off a good one there.
Yeah.
So sit back now, 2 strikes on Rushton.
Tried
Another
again,
breaking ball, but that one did not nab the corner. Tried to go back door with that. Start that thing off the edge and hope that Rushton gives up on it and then nab the outside corner.
Yeah. Not really looking at the runners much.
He's not.
Oh, now he did.
Ooh, Ryan
Oof.
started.
Ooh. No,
Thought better
he
of it.
didn't go, but
No, we clearly didn't.
a little high.
Now I believe full count once again.
Another full count.
So 3-2 the count now with 1 out and 2 on.
Oh,
And
that's a walk.
misses in the dirt. And Rushton will get a board, and now the Panthers have loaded the bases without swinging the bats.
All right, so we get the kid, Logan Petrosino. Coach coming out to talk.
So he's coming out now to talk to his pitcher, trying to calm him down as he's walked the bases loaded here. He did get the strikeout on Demers.
So he's worked every batter to a full count at least this inning.
No, both 2 of the walks were on 4 straight.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Not full count, but long counts. Anyway.
Yes. Yeah, for the most part.
So 2 full counts, 2
4
4
pitch
pitch
walks.
counts.
Yep. And now Logan Petrosino, the sophomore, standing in with the bases loaded and only one out. And the Panthers needing to tack on some runs early here as Masco hung a 3-spot on him in the top half of this first inning.
Yeah, Beverly's going to want to get something out of this inning.
And Logan hacking right away and fouls it right back into the catcher's mitt for strike one.
I think a ball on the ground, ball in the middle of the infield will get you a run, I think.
Yes.
They're playing, they're playing back.
And
that'll get a run in.
Through.
That might get two. Got
That'll
a little bounce.
score one.
Oh, holding him
on
up.
his
Holding him
horse,
up.
they're
Holding
going
up
to hold him
Armbrust.
up.
Okay, Francis scores. All
Francis comes in to score, though, as Petrosino with the first baseman playing in. Makes him pay for it as he grounds one right by him, and the Panthers have one across and looking to push across more.
All right, so you get Griffin McKay coming up. You get the corners are in. McKay can hit the ball to all field, so he'll go with whatever the pitcher gives him. There's that breaking ball upstairs.
So Griffin McKay standing in, and Sibak once again can't throw strike one to a Panther batter. No,
Petrosino's was the shortest at bat.
Yes. I think the only one that he got ahead of the hitter, too.
Yeah.
And Eric 2-0 now on McKay. This is McKay's first start, I believe, that we've seen so far. Right? Or did he start last game in DH?
I think he started the first game of the season, right?
No, that we've done.
No, that we've done. We've done, yes. That is correct. He DH'd that first game. Blocked. Nice block right there. Yeah, he DH'd the last game.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, 3-0.
3-0.
So 3-0 the count on McKay. Beverly already pushing across one run and only one out, and the base is still loaded.
That's in there for a strike.
Yeah. Take sign was
he
definitely
might be taking
on.
this. No, coach, give him the hit away.
Did he? All right, 3-1 the count now.
That ball's outside.
And that ball misses outside, ball 4, and Beverly will score the second run, and it's 3-2.
And you know that pitch on Demers could have been a ball too.
I know.
All right, so we got Brennan Frost, one of the seniors, captain, looking to make some hay right here on senior
so Brennan
day.
Frost. So there has been 4 walks in the inning. Petrosino, the only man with a hit.
Oh.
And a fastball missing up and in as Sibak continues to just not have his release point down.
Now we're seeing action in the bullpen.
By the way, he's continuously missing in around the same spots as well.
Yeah. Good
Oh,
cut.
wow.
Good cut. Fouled that off.
Fouled it off.
Nice cut there.
Yep. This is Brennan Frost, the number 7 man standing in. The base is still loaded. 1-1 the count on him now. The rain continuing to pick up, by the way.
Yep. He got rushed in on third. Fly ball to the outfield could get a run in.
And fastball missing inside.
You wonder if he walks him here, will he take him out?
He might. And you can see just by the body language that it's starting to get to him now.
4 walks. I mean, he's already thrown probably about 30 pitches.
Yeah.
Or close to it.
Oh, Brennan had a
Big cut right there. Big cut.
Frost had a good cut at that, but could just foul it straight back.
All right, so Sibak ahead on the count now.
Even, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. 2-2. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in with that breaking ball.
I think he should. I think he's had a better feel for that than anything else.
Oof.
Breaking ball got him looking strike 3 on the inside corner. Frost didn't like it, but I actually thought it looked fine.
That's a tough pitch.
That is a tough pitch. And a big pitch, though, for Sibak because he needed that.
Sibak bailing himself out a little bit there.
He did, as he just froze Brennan on the inside corner for his second punch out.
Nick Fox.
And now Nick Fox, the man.
Whoop.
And that one gets by the catcher.
Rustic
He's coming around to score, and he will.
Okay.
And we got ourselves a tie ball game. So it took Just one plate appearance for the Panthers. One time at bat to just retie this ball game up, and now second and third and 2 outs, and Fox has a chance to even put the Panthers ahead.
All right, so you got the number 8 batter here. Second and third. Base hit, should score 2 with 2 outs. Oh.
And that one gets by the catcher. He's coming home, having a hard time finding it, and that will score a run.
2 wild pitches for the inning, bringing 2 runs.
By the way,
it looks like that's it for Sibak.
Yep.
He's not even going to let him finish this batter.
No.
He just didn't have his control today, really.
No.
Yeah. Well, 2 trips in an inning means you got to come out.
So that will be it for Sibak, who just never found his release point as he struggled to find home plate his entire time out here today in the first inning. He was continuing to miss in the same spots.
All right, so Sibak...
oh, never mind.
Oh, I thought 2 trips meant you come out.
Maybe that's just MLB. Maybe it's not high school.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so never mind. He will continue with Sibak, but by the way, he's missed badly now with the last 2. 2-0 here.
Oh, heads up. Yo!
Jeez.
That just missed.
That just missed a couple of people.
Just missed a kid running there.
A vicious
And you know
line
what?
drive.
I don't even think that kid knew it went by his head.
A vicious line drive off the bat of Fox into the track area.
And the worst thing about it is that's a distance race right there, and he's the last kid in the he's in last place right now. That would have been tough. You're in last place and you get your brain knocked out.
Beamed with a line drive. Oh, that is awful.
But let's be glad that didn't happen. All right, so we got full count. Outside.
And he missed outside and another walk.
All right. So that's 5 walks. He's got to let him roll.
So 5 walks now surrendered by Sibak, and it's first and third.
5 walks, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. And the number 9 batter. So both teams, this is like T-ball.
I know.
Everybody bats.
By the way, that luck has rubbed off into this game, too, for the Panthers. They don't need to swing the bats well to even score runs. Bisnick on the first pitch, a high fly, center field. He's still going back, but now Cote is under it to make the catch and finally put an end to the inning.
All right.
But the Panthers, undeterred by giving up 3 runs in the top of the inning, score 4 times to take the lead on just 1 hit.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah.
So
the one lone hit was Petrosino's single with the bases loaded that scored 1. After that, it was Sibak with 5 walks, 2 wild pitches that allowed runs. And we'll go to the top of the second with the Panthers now in front 4-3.
You know, I mean, he had 5 walks, but even the other outs, with the exception of Visnick's there, all the other outs went, full count or so, something like that,
Yes.
Demers at-bat was a full count. Frost's at-bat was a full count.
Yeah, and both Frost and Demers' at-bats, the strike 3 call was close.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't love the Demers one. I was fine with the Frost one. I thought it was a strike.
Yeah, it looked close. I mean, our view is slightly obscured by the umpire.
It is.
So we really can't tell. But, I mean, you have an idea of where home plate is on that.
Yeah.
But I'd be real surprised if Sibak came back to pitch in the second inning. I mean, you throw that many pitches in an inning. I mean, you got to figure he averaged about 4 or 5 pitches per batter.
Yes.
Which puts him probably between 35 and 40 pitches for the inning.
Yeah, already.
Because you did have a few foul balls in there, too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, none of the outs were close.
And
we've
all the
talked about this. Were on full counts. So.
We've talked about this, Tom. It's not so much how many pitches you throw in a game, right? It's what you do in an inning.
Yes.
Right? And so, you can throw 100 pitches in a game, and that's not a big deal.
No.
But 30 in an inning is a lot.
It is, and other things set in. Frustration sets in. Stress sets in. Different hormones in the body. That's always not great for you, too. That causes fatigue. And
then you get the cortisol flowing through your body.
And then when you have fatigue, you're actually more likely the mechanics start to go down the hill, and that will put more stress on the arm or an elbow.
Yep.
So DiPiero now, and this
Deep
one is
dive,
swung on, high
Petrosino.
fly, left field, back.
He's
Petrosino
there.
still going back,
He
jumps,
drops it.
and
he's
off
gonna end
the
up at
glove,
second
and now
base.
he will cruise into second with a leadoff. Well, probably not a double, probably an error.
Yeah. So he, I think he thought he had an easy read on that. The ball just kind of kept on carrying. You can see, again, the wind is blowing a little bit to the outfield. So,
by the way, that was Zenas, though, who once again gets off a pretty good swing on DiPiero.
All right, so let's see. LaGrassa had a walk the last time.
Yep.
That ball is going to be out of play. Nobody near that one.
Back up over by the track again. At least nobody's close to it that time.
But again, you know, you when you have a ball that should be caught, it can affect a pitcher there. So let's see if Eric bounces back on that. Outside strike.
But you brought up that wind, and that I think that really did play a factor, because I thought Petrosino had a beat on it, and then it just kept going and tailing away from him.
Yeah, well, Logan, you know, has played a lot more infield than outfield. So, you know, he may not be used to it yet, chasing after. But you got to get his bat in the lineup, as we saw in the last inning.
Yeah, I mean, he had the lone hit. And that one swung on and hit on the ground.
Make
Fox
the play
has
on his
it.
own.
And he will sprint to the bag and get him. The man moves up to third, but there's at least one away now.
Yep. All right, so the rain looks like it may have let up a little bit.
And now this is Sean Moynihan, who lined out to Demers his last time up.
This might be one of those games where, you know, you want to get an early
and Monahan
lead.
swung on and drills that one into the right center field gap. That'll roll all the way to the wall. Sean on his horse. The ball is picked up. He will hold here at second, but it's an RBI double for Sean Moynihan, and we are right back to being knotted up. 4-4 the score now.
Yep. Moynihan sent that one for a ride. Yeah, you got to get 5 innings. You got to get 5 innings, so, you know, they got to get.
By the way,
both teams got to get their
just
4
saying,
at-bats.
Note to self, and maybe they need to do this. Sean Moynihan has swung at the pitch both times.
Okay.
So a very aggressive hitter.
Yep, okay. It's good to know. Write that one down.
And that ball is swung on and taken in the right field, but Frost has a beat on it.
And the runner's not going to go.
And Moynihan will go nowhere. He'll stay at second, and there's the second out of the inning.
Why did he throw that to the first baseman?
I have no idea.
You know, maybe he saw the base coach and thought that was a runner. That's another well-hit ball right there by Cote.
It is. And now Braden O'Connell standing in, who struck out back in the first. And Braden, big cut and a miss. They're getting aggressive. But yeah,
so
watch Moynihan next time, because he even swung at the first pitch in the first inning after the walk, too. Yeah. So, and after he fell behind on Zenas, even 3-1, too.
So it looks like Eric is, I don't want to jinx him, but it looks like he may have found his command now.
Yes.
He's been more around the strike zone this inning. And Masco.
And that ball is swung on and drilled in the right field.
This inning,
Moynihan is coming.
Frost
the throw over the cutoff man. He will score, and Masconomet retakes the lead.
So, again, Masco being aggressive on the bases there. Ball got to Frost, but, again, it's a wet ball. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, you might as well take your shot at it.
So an RBI single there from O'Connell brings Moynihan around. Both runs unearned, though.
So Masco being aggressive up at the plate. They're not waiting. They're not waiting for the pitches. They're just going after it.
Yeah.
And if you notice, they're hitting the ball to right field a lot.
They are. They are waiting pretty nicely.
Yeah. Yeah, they're taking their hacks. They know he's going to be throwing strikes. So they're going to.
Well, I think he flipped the script on him right there, because I think that was a breaking ball.
Yep. Yeah, it's like they were looking. They've been looking for that first pitch fastball.
Yeah. And, so Eric may have to start more guys with breaking balls.
Yeah.
The little cat and mouse games that go on.
Yep. It's not as simple. It's not as simple as it looks, Dom.
No, it's not. But they made the adjustment after the first, and Eric will have to readjust.
Yep.
0-2. As I said, both runs unearned, though, here in this second inning. If you did score an error, which we did. Armbruster now up with it. Throws
nice play by Nick Fox coming
but a
off
nice
the bag,
play by
making the
Nick
tag.
Fox to bring it down and tag the runner at first, who, should have taken a cue from Javi Baez maybe and then started running back to home plate.
Yeah, you've been waiting to talk about that, haven't you?
I've never seen that before in a baseball game in my life.
I don't think I have either. Where the guy, you've seen guys try to dodge, just stop.
Yes.
Between home and first, but you very seldom do you see a guy go backwards.
Back towards home plate,
like
yeah. So anyway, though, Masconomet scoring 2 runs on 2 hits and an error. That ball that got away from the left fielder, Petrosino, and actually Moynihan was able to double him in. And after that, Braden O'Connell with 2 outs with the RBI single. By the way, that's Sibak still, I believe, isn't it?
Yep. They're running him back out there.
So they will run Sibak back out there.
All right. Well, you know what? Coach is saying, okay, you struggled that first inning. We got a lead. I'm going to let you get yourself back into it.
Yeah, we will see. And much like just the thing before this, it's going to be like he's, starting the game all over again in the first inning as he will get the top of the Panther order.
Yeah. It could also be a matter of not having that many other pitchers either.
That is true.
And so you just try to ride it out as much as you can. But
well, he doesn't have anyone marked as no pitch, so I have no idea.
But you just may not. They may not have a ton of pitchers.
Well, I was just some people when they give us the rosters do have it marked.
Right.
I was just checking to see if he did. He does not.
Dom, I will say you're in the right spot. You're nice and dry. I'm getting a little bit of the rain.
Do you want me to move over a little bit?
Well, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
A little bit.
A little bit. But the table's getting wet.
We're going to move back. We don't want to get into a shot. We're all right.
I think we're good.
All right, there you go.
I just had to move my book over a little bit.
Is that better?
Yeah, we're good. All
right, so Francis standing in, who began the game on a 4-pitch walk. Sibak, and a breaking ball right at Francis, and then
that ball looked off the plate.
That
ball looked off the plate.
It broke around, and the ump says it caught the inside corner, but I agree with you. I think it broke around the plate.
Well, you may also see the strike zone opening up a little bit. Both pitchers struggling with their control. It's raining, so.
Well, Eric didn't struggle with his control much last inning. DPR.
Yeah, that's true.
And that ball swung on, hit on the ground over to short. Takes a little bit of a top up and throws.
Nice pick
what
by
a
the first
pick over there.
Nice pick.
At first by Moynihan. That was a great play, by the way, all around, because that took a trippy hop on LaGracia, and a great pick on the other side.
I wonder if that ball doesn't hop up like that for him, is he able to throw the runner out?
That's a good point, though, too,
because that ball, was a bit of a charity hop, came up a little bit nicely for him. If he has to stay down, he's going to crouch, and then he's going to come back up and throw. So
now Demers standing in, struck out his first time, and Eric starts him out with the strike. Demers leans out and shoots this one foul off in the right field side. Near that house again. So
you wonder what was here first, the house or the field?
I'm guessing the house.
Because if I'm building a house, I'm not thinking next to a baseball field.
There's a house next to all of them. There's a house right by Vittori. One by Bessie Baker.
Yeah. Yeah, well, all the Little League fields except for Harry Ball.
Except Harry Ball.
Yeah.
Breaking ball way outside. Got him chasing, and he's going to have to throw down the first.
That ball started. Yeah, that started out looking like a strike.
Yeah, that ball had a ton of movement.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch to lay off of right there.
That ball had some sharp movement from Sibak, who looks a lot sharper here in the second inning, and now facing the number 3-man Armbruster. Armbruster swung on and taps it foul.
And it looks like Beverly's going to run away with a relay race.
Yeah.
As I think the anchor leg is probably Jay Sean, and he just blew the guy away. Nice job by Anthony Pascarosa. It was about a tie, and he kind of took the lead and handed it off.
And Eric gets that inside corner again.
You know, Pascarosa, the guy he was running against, was wearing a sweatshirt, and I wonder if that slowed the guy down.
Huh?
You can't wear a sweatshirt while you're running a race. All right, let's see what Sammy's going to do here. Oh.
And Armbruster swung on, ground ball over to third. He bobbles it.
Plenty of time, though. Got it.
But good job by the third baseman to not panic and fires over there to Moynihan to get the out. And Sibak recovers after a disastrous first inning to set the side down 1-2-3 in the second. On to the third. Masco in front, 5-4.
All right, so Sibak catching his groove that inning, looking pretty good. Slightly different inning there.
Yeah. Night and day.
All right, so Masco putting up crooked numbers both innings there.
Yep. So now here in the third, DPR will get the bottom of the Masco order, though. Pelletier, Kalapinski, and Dempsey. Though Pelletier is the one who stung him with the two-run single back in the first.
Now we have the women's relay race. And that one's not looking very close.
Yeah, this is another one that doesn't look close.
But, you know, you got to make the relay. And Beverly's on the inside, so maybe she'll be able to catch up. And it doesn't look like Beverly's going to catch him on that one.
Nope. All right, so here is Pelletier standing in. He had the two-run single back in the first. And Eric, once again, Masconomet first pitch.
Yeah,
swinging.
they're jumping on that first pitch now. They've obviously got a philosophy now.
Yeah, philosophy or game plan specific to this, I don't know what. But
all right, so that one was a ball inside in a similar spot to some other pitches this game.
And that one missed.
All right, so I guess my theory about widening the strike zone isn't happening.
Well, he seems to like the inside corner.
Yeah. Yep.
3-1.
This isn't great weather for a pitcher either.
No. You certainly don't feel loose.
Yeah, this isn't bad weather for an April game. It's actually it's kind of warm for a game in April, but May 28th you expect it to be a little nicer. But hey, you know what? What are we talking about? This is New England. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah. So the leadoff walk to Pelletier, and now Kalapinski, the man standing in, showing bunt.
They might have had him down there too. So one thing I've noticed with this conference this year is anybody can beat anybody. We saw Salem win their last two games.
Wow.
And I think two pitchers for Salem combined for a 4-inning perfecto of sorts, I think.
Okay.
And then they continued into the next game. Doyle threw a few perfect innings, too. So I think they had the equivalent of a perfect game over two games.
Yeah, so it sounds like Salem found their groove a little bit. That one gets away, and Pelletier down to second.
Yeah, so, Beverly came into, Salem came into Beverly 0-5, left 0-6, but they've won the last couple of games. So
yeah, they left 0-6.
So now they're going to be a problem for somebody.
Left 0-6, by the way, in a rough fashion, if you remember.
Yeah.
That was the Visnick walk-off game.
That's right. Masco's got a winning record.
And that ball off the fist over to Armbruster, who's right
Yep,
there to tag the man out. And a base running blunder right there leads to a double play, and that is just what the doctor ordered for DiPiero. After the leadoff walk, gets a line drive double play.
Yeah, as a pitcher, you
Off
like
the
those kind of
fists,
plays.
too.
Nice
Yeah.
and simple. All right, the rain's easing up a little bit. Still feeling it's still raining a little bit. It's not coming down as hard as it was.
No. So now this is a number 9 man, Dempsey, who grounded out to Armbruster his last time up. And he pops this one straight up. And that's backing out of play, though.
With the tens, I couldn't see where that ball went.
No. No, that'd be rough if one hits the tent. Just hope it doesn't collapse it.
Yeah, I know. Got him.
And he got him. So the
All right,
leadoff
so Eric
walk
gets
does
himself
not
out of
end
that
up hurting Eric as he gets the line drive double play and then punches out Dempsey to end the third. On to the bottom of the third here with Masco up 5-4 still.
All right, so Eric looked good in that inning. Gave up the walk to start the inning, but he got himself a couple of good quality pitches there to get himself in a good situation.
Yeah. I wonder Rich, I wonder how our viewership and feed is looking right now, because there's significantly fewer people here today than the last couple of broadcasts.
I guess we got the fair weather fans, I guess. But you know who's not a fair weather fan? Al Visnick.
There he is.
Right there. And neither is Lorinda. She's got her umbrella. She's got a computer. She's doing some work. She's got a whole setup. She's doing some work.
So this is Sivak now taking back over after one disastrous inning and then one beautiful inning of work back in the second, and seeing if he can build off his second inning of work instead, and he will face the heart of the Panther lineup, 4, 5, and 6, Rushton, Petrosino, and McKay.
Yeah, so Sivak with that quick inning, last inning, did himself a favor pitch count-wise, kind of even things out a little bit. So let's see, you were wondering how he was going to come back after that long inning, but he came back pretty good.
By the way, his mechanics are actually, at least from where I'm standing, and I'll probably go back and watch it from the home plate view, look very similar to Morrissey's a little bit.
Okay, yeah. You're right.
So I wonder if he was flying open with that front shoulder a little bit more in the first.
That's a ball low.
And Eric just missing down and in there to Rushton.
All right, it seems like everything kind of settled down. It doesn't seem to be as noisy.
Nope. And Ryan, a big wave and a miss at that one.
Like.
Changeup, it looked like, from Sivak, who got Ryan out in front, 1-1. Ryan goes out
the other way.
over
Nice
the
play.
short.
He's going to beat it
Shortstop
up.
plants and
Safe.
fires.
Safe.
And
okay, he lost it. Okay, first baseman wasn't able to make the play. Catcher was there backing up. Nice job by the catcher there.
Yeah, the umpire didn't give every signal, by the way.
Yeah.
Not doing me a lot of favors trying to call this man.
I'm giving him a hit on that.
But he was safe.
He was going to beat that out anyway.
I thought he was, too.
Yep. Nice play by the
Help
shortstop.
a broadcaster out, man. Give me a sign.
I know.
I would score that a hit.
Well, the first baseman missed the ball, so he felt like he didn't need to give a signal.
I didn't even see that he missed it.
Yeah. For the catcher actually was backing it up. See if he not going to bunt with Logan. He's been hitting the ball well.
Between the pole on my view and then our tent pole also, I missed that.
Yeah, I was able to see it. The first baseman tried to scoop that, but it was a one hopper. He wasn't able to get it.
So Rushton gets on with a base hit, doing a nice job of going with the pitch on the outer half and sending it deep into that hole.
Outside.
And Sivak misfires there to Petrosino. Petrosino was the man with the lone hit back in the first inning, the RBI single with the bases loaded.
LaGrassa made a really nice play on that. He just couldn't finish it.
No.
That ball, oof.
Oh, that's another good breaking ball. I'll tell you, his stuff is good.
Yeah, yep. He just had, he was having trouble, like you said, finding his spot there. But he's really kind of settled down.
Oh, and another spinner and a beautiful one.
Yep,
and
another breaking
sets
ball
down Petrosino as he just waved helplessly at that one.
Yeah.
That one disappeared on him.
Yeah, that ball just kind of collapsed on him. That's a tough pitch. As a hitter, your best bet on that is to lay off, but it's such a hard pitch to lay off.
Yeah. And that is the 4th punch out for Sibak. And he nabs the outside corner here
outside.
to McKay.
The ball did look, I have to agree with our cameraman, Mark. That ball was way outside. That makes it tough for a hitter. Ooh, got him leading, got him. Yep, they got him.
He got him.
Out. Yeah, he was out.
So Sibak
nice move.
Picks off Rushton over there at first. Rushton can't believe it.
Yeah, it looked like they got him.
Yeah, our cameraman doesn't think he was
they
out.
had him leaning.
But I think
they
nabbed him too.
We'll have to go back and watch that later on and see.
That was a good move.
It was a nice move. You just got a guy leaning, and
you
got a guy leaning. You just make a quick move.
So now there is 2 gone with nobody on, and McKay, the man who walked and gets an RBI for that back in the first inning because the bases were loaded. And McKay back up the middle. The shortstop, LaGrassa, has it on the first. Much cleaner that time, and that will end the inning. So Sibak looking like a new man here through these next 2 innings. On to the 4th. Score still Masco out in front, 5-4.
Yeah, so first inning 9 batters, and the last 2 innings he's only faced 6.
Yeah.
So he settled in. Good job by the coach to decide to leave him in there. Surprising, when a kid pitches to 9 batters in an inning, you don't expect him to stay. But
really, just had absolutely no idea where the ball was going.
Yeah. I mean, you walk 5 guys in an inning. Generally, the coach is going to pull you out.
Yeah,
but.
He walked 2 on 4 pitches. He walked a bunch that were not even close.
Yep.
2 wild pitches back to back that allowed runs to score.
But after with these last 2 innings,
wild pitches too.
With these last 2 innings, he's probably around where you normally would be after 3 innings with a pitch count. Probably a little higher than normal, but not that far off.
No, because those were quick
because he threw
innings.
about, like we said, about 35, 40 pitches that first inning, but he's probably only thrown about 20 or so in the last 2 innings.
Yeah.
So he's looking okay now.
So DiPiero will have to contend with the top of the Masco lineup for the 3rd time already, and that means Aaron Zenas, who has put a charge into both balls that he's gotten so far. The first one obviously was the home run that started this game off. The second one was the one that actually should have been caught, just kind of took off though a little bit with the wind on Petrosino.
Yeah.
And ended up being a 2-base error.
But
Aaron put a charge into that ball too.
Yeah. Yep. So you wonder, right, if you're McKay and DiPiero, do you throw an off-speed pitch right now? Because these guys have been trying to sit on that first pitch fastball.
I think I'd start him with a breaking ball here too.
All right, threw a fastball. It's down low.
Fastball must have missed low.
Rain picking up again.
Yeah.
So if you are watching this game at home and we're thinking about coming on down, I would recommend you just stay home and watch the game on TV.
I agree.
So I think if you sat down to watch the game, you weren't planning on coming down anyway.
And DiPiero missing with that one, and now he's fallen behind Zenas 2-1. And a breaking ball missed, and once again, Aaron in the driver's seat up 3-1.
Yeah,
Shades of their first at-bat back in the first.
If it continues to rain like this, I don't think we got anything to worry about in terms of the game being called.
Oh, Aaron took a big cut at that one, and I can tell by his body language, I think he wants that one back.
But I think if it starts to really pour, then you may get into the situation where they call the game after so many innings. So both teams have to get their 4 at-bats.
Ooh, the full count, but this time he sneaks it by Zenas. And
pitch right there.
DiPiero were able
That's
to
a nice
set him
pitch.
down for the first time today with a punch out.
So I wouldn't be surprised if you see when Beverly gets up again, if they get a guy on base, they do a little small ball to try to pick up a run, knowing that you got to kind of, you may have a limited amount of time.
Yes.
I mean, they're down 2, but actually they're down 1, right? I'm sorry.
Down
Down
one.
1, that's right. Yeah, so down 1, if you could tie it up, then you kind of force something anyway. But.
Yeah. So this is Cam LaGrassa, the shortstop, 0 for 1 today, and he walked back in the first. Grounded over to Fox unassisted back in his last at-bat.
You know, the other thing is with the wet ground.
Ooh, that one in for a strike, and
strike.
Cam thought he had the walk, and he got the bad news from the ump at the last second.
You know, with the wet ground, bunting and such might actually work for you. That ball
And
is-
swung on and
Frost
hits
gonna
a
go get
high
it. He
fly
got it.
into right field, but Frost is over to make the play, and there's 2 gone.
Nice read on that ball. The ball looked like it was going to die on him, but he got right after it.
So 2 gone, and now Sean Moynihan, who swung at the first pitch both times. He lined out to Demers in the first, and then the RBI double in the second.
Yep. Okay.
Did not swing
Did not
that
swing
time,
at
though.
that one.
As DiPiero poured in a fastball on the inner half for
I don't know if
strike
you
1.
noticed, Don, but McKay getting down low, doing the Tony Pena thing. Getting that leg flat out there. He won't do it on the third
Man.
strike pitch.
And
Visnick going to make
boy,
the play.
he pounded Moynihan in on all 3 pitches that
Well,
time.
I think they figured something out on him.
I think they did, and he grounds it out to Visnick and DiPiero, an easy 1-2-3 inning. Both pitchers feeling like they've found their grooves quite a bit better here in the last couple innings.
Yeah, they kind of settled into things. Good move. All right, so we got, what do we got? We got, who's coming up? Frost, Fox, Visnick.
Yep.
Looks like. And then top of the order after that.
Yep. Bottom of the order here to face
So if they can
sit
get
back here in his 4th inning of work.
I think if they can get Frost on base, they might try to put some pressure on the defense here. Fox can get a bunt down, and again, like I said, with the wet grass, he forced the defense to have to pick up and throw a wet ball. You might be able to make some craziness ensue.
Yeah, not a bad idea. I like the way you're thinking, Rich. Because I'll tell you right now, since that, honestly, not even in the first inning other than the 1 single, because the swing and the bats aren't working right now on Sibak, because he does seem like he's found a groove right now.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, they had 9 batters come to the plate, and only one of them had a hit.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, hardly any of them swung the bat.
No.
Even the strikeouts were both looking in that first inning.
So this is Frost standing in now. Oh, and Eric getting in on his kitchen there on the first pitch.
It's a good chance if that pitch comes again, he's going to let it hit him just to get on base, let the team.
It would hurt getting hit right now with this weather.
But he's a team player.
No, he is.
That's
Just
a strike.
stay-
That ball's
oh,
outside. I don't
come
know how he's calling it. He's
on.
calling that where he's catching it, not where it's crossing the plate.
Come on. Sibak gets a few extra inches there on the outer half on that call. And Frost, a big cut and fouls it back, and 1-2. So Sibak now ahead on 1-2, and let's see if he goes to that devastating breaking ball. He snapped off a couple of good sliders so far.
Try to go outside corner or
Slider.
That's a strike.
And
wow! How was that one not a strike, but the one that he called a strike earlier was a strike?
The up might have already made a mistake in the makeup
Yeah,
call.
could have been a makeup. Yeah, that's right.
So 2-2 the count now as Sibak thought he got the outside corner on that slider, but he did not.
So
and
if
the
you're
fastball takes off on him, and now it's 3-2 on Frost.
So if you're Sibak, you can't really complain much about that, that last call because he got one 2 pitches before.
By the way,
so.
I'm not saying he's gonna do it, but if I was him, I'd go to the slider here.
Oh, sure.
Because I think he's had a better feel for that than his fastball.
I agree.
Frost gives that one a ride in the right field. Right fielder still trailing back.
He got to it.
And he makes the catch. Had to leave his feet a little bit there. Frost put a pretty good charge into that ball, but it is 1 out.
Yeah, the right fielder got a read on that ball. He read that all the way.
He did. And now Fox standing in one of those 5 aforementioned walks back in the first inning. And strike 1 there from Sibak.
Oh, Don, this is soup weather.
It really is. That's not a bad idea. I'm going to have to pick up some soup at Panera or something on my way back.
Right. You know, the Red Sox, they sell chowder at the games, right? And they probably charge you $15 for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's so much money that I've never bought a chowder at Fenway.
No, there's something about going to a baseball game and eating chowder. It just doesn't seem right.
That's a good point. Usually it's a Fenway, Frank, and a beer.
Yep.
And
that'll cost you $30.
Yeah, and it's one of each.
Yeah, right.
Sox go back to full capacity soon.
Yeah, I know.
I cannot wait.
Yeah,
it has been far too long.
And knowing John Henry, he'll probably raise the ticket prices.
And that ball back over. Shortstop has it, settles, and fires on the first, and that's out number 2.
Solid shortstop.
Yes. Yeah, LaGracia.
Makes the plays you're supposed to make.
Yeah. LaGracia, we have seen, made a couple of good plays over there at short and looked very smooth while doing it. And now Visnick, the 9th hitter, standing in. He flied out to center, Cote, his first time. And Sibak not starting him with strike 1 as he did the first 2 men.
All right, so when I got up this morning, it wasn't supposed to rain until like 7. So then it started to rain at about 4:30.
He fouled it off himself, I think.
Yep, right off his foot.
Oh, that hurts.
How about a little hop?
Yep, that stings.
But again, you know, we talk about this. It's New England weather. So get what you get.
It is so brutal getting jammed in the weather like this. It is the worst.
Like I said, you know, if this was April, these guys would be fine with it. But now that they've kind of gotten acclimated to that warm weather, this seems really cold.
Yeah. So 2-1 here on Visnick. Ian hacks at it, pops it up. First baseman running over, and the catcher lays out, but it falls to the turf, and it'll be 2-2.
So, Dom, I remember...
That was a heck of an effort, by the way, by Dempsey.
Yeah. I remember during the football season, I was telling you about the Gloucester High School head football coach, Danny O'Connor. He was playing baseball for me when he was in high school, and it played just like that. He dove for the ball, and the first baseman came in, collided with him, broke his jaw on both sides. Had to have his jaw wired shut. Needless to say, it ended his season.
Yeah.
Speaking of injuries, it's good to see Austin Bernard in the dugout in uniform now. I still don't think he's...
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my.
Sibak.
Yeah.
Snaps off a devastating breaking ball that had Visnick bailing out for his life, and broke right back on the plate.
Pitch.
And we've complained about some calls so far, but that one looked like it was the right call.
You can't complain about that one. That one looked like a strike. Now,
and you can't blame Visnick because that's one of the most devastating breaking balls I've ever seen.
Yeah. So in the first inning, Sibak faced 9 batters, and he has faced 9 batters since then.
Oh man!
Over the last 3 innings.
Yeah, he set down 5 in a row.
So a total of 18 batters, in 4 innings.
Yeah, he
That's
has 5
not too bad.
punch-outs.
So it's, you know.
Yep, top of the 5th, 5-4 the score.
Yeah. But again, I think with the way the weather is right now, we'll probably, unless it starts to pour, we're probably going to see this game go the distance.
So it'll be the 4, 5, and 6 men to face DiPiero here. Cote, O'Connell, and Aldrich. Cote, the first man, who's 1 for 2, singled in the first and scored. I got to go back just for that last breaking ball.
Yeah, that
After
one,
this
that
game
was
over. That was
the best
devastating.
pitch he's thrown all day.
That's one of the best pitches I've seen all season.
Yeah.
That really was a filthy, filthy breaking ball.
That ball's got some pretty nasty movement. As you can, that ball looked like it was going behind Ian.
It really
and
did.
it landed in for a strike. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a nasty pitch. That's when you know you're throwing that ball well.
And Cote, first pitch swinging, fouls it off. Last couple of guys, DiPiero doing a good job of burying that fastball in on their hands. Nope, it was low.
Low.
Count evens up 1-1. DiPiero has settled in pretty well in his own right, and the way that
Ooh, that
and
ball's gonna
Cote
go foul.
fouled it off, I believe. Yep,
Ooh,
it is.
wow.
That was closer to being fair than I thought.
But I'll tell you
That
what,
went a
that
long
ball went
way.
a real long way.
It did.
It's over by that little workout station thing right there. That's
Yeah.
a pretty well hit ball.
Yeah, Cote did
But you
put
know
a
what?
charge on that.
If you're Eric, it's just a long strike.
That's all it is.
So it's good.
And to him,
2
he
strikes
buried
on
it in enough that he was
Yep.
never going to hit it
Ball's
fair.
down.
Slider down, but Ethan lays off.
Yeah.
2-2.
You don't mind. I mean, you know, there's a little bit of pride when you see a ball get hit that far, but you don't mind because it's.
Yep.
And he didn't go. Nope.
Held off. Now the pound full at 3-2. So Eric has settled in pretty well in his own right after
Yep.
the first inning. The other run he gave up, as you remember, is an unearned run.
Right.
That ball hit hard on the
Demers
ground,
gonna
but
make the
Demers
play.
is
Oh,
there,
he
and
bobbles
that
it.
ball catches up on him, and that will allow Cote to reach on the error.
All right, so it'll be interesting to see. O'Connell is probably, you know, batting in the 5 spot. He's probably not bunted much, but this is definitely the time where you would lay a bunt down.
Yeah, O'Connell is 1 for 2 today, struck out in the first, and an RBI single in the second.
Oh, and he's going to bunt.
And
Oh,
he
he's
lays
throwing
down the
over.
bunt,
Oh.
coming off the base quite a bit, but he's able to get back in there.
Yeah, Masco looking to maybe tack on a run here with a 1-run lead. May want to throw over here. Now you just at this point, you know, you're throwing over. You're not picking that guy off. You're just holding him.
Yeah.
That one step could give you catcher a little bit of time to throw if the guy steals. Oh, the ball's up.
And that ball popped up on the bunt attempt back towards us a bit. Into the grass.
You know, Dom, we're tethered to these headphones, so we can't go get that ball.
I mean, I did still last game.
That's true.
I mostly just don't want to get out from under the tent now.
Yeah. I think you may call a pitch out and throw over if the guy squares.
By the way, DiPiero really laid that last one in.
Yeah.
Just try to let him bunt it, really.
Going.
Oh, O'Connell
couldn't get rid
swinging
of it.
away.
Griffin could have that ball was high. He couldn't get it out of the glove.
McKay could not get it out of his glove
so
in
no-
order to...
Oh, so they're saying it was a foul ball. Oh,
Oh, okay.
all
They're
right. So
saying
they're
that
saying the
O'Connell got a
batter
piece of it.
interfered. I think they're saying the batter interfered with the catcher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did he interfere
Send
on
the
the
runner
backswing?
back. I don't know. I mean, it's a simple call if it's a foul ball, but
He definitely didn't get a piece of it. So either they are saying O'Connell interfered with him on the backswing,
know. We'll have
or
to find out.
O'Connell stepped out in front of McKay afterwards.
yeah, I think that's what it was.
So
So he
O'Connell
he
is
struck
down on,
out.
O'Connell's down on strikes.
Yeah. Okay. And I think you're right. He came out in front of the catcher, which is interesting because Griff had a hard time getting the ball out of his glove.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what must have happened.
Yeah.
O'Connell is down on strikes, but after swinging and missing, I believe what they're saying is he stepped out in front of McKay, interfering with McKay's ability to throw down and try and throw out Cote at second. Eric misfires, and Cote has to scramble back to the bag as Griffin once again snaps one down over to first. A very nice job by DiPiero to recover after the error to start out the inning to set down O'Connell on strikes and snap back over there. So this is Aldrich, hit by a pitch in the first and then grounded out to Armbruster, his last time. And Matt swung on and taps it foul over back towards the Masco dugout. And that ball swung on over to Visnick. Up with it, throws to second. Got him back to first, not nearly in time.
Safe at first.
But they get the lead man, Cote, over there at second, and now there is two gone. And it'll be Pelletier. So Kevin Pelletier, two-run single in the first and walked his last time. Eric slide steps, line drive
nice
over to
play by
Armbruster, who had to take a few steps to his left, reaches out and snags it, and that will end the inning. So the error does not come back to haunt the Panthers at all. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. Masco still in front, 5-4.
All right, so Beverly going to have to do something right here. They've only got the one hit in the inning.
Yeah.
Two hits, I'm sorry. Rushton did get a hit. Only one hit out of the infield.
Yeah.
So Sibak coming back out.
Sibak coming out for his fifth inning of work, and I know we said it before. I'm going to say it again, Rich. If you told me he was still going to be in the fifth inning after that first inning, I would have been shocked. And it's a credit to him to, as frustrating as that first inning must have been, to be able to settle down and find his rhythm, and found his rhythm he has, as he has looked downright filthy through the last 4 innings.
Yeah, showing some fortitude out there.
He will once again have to contend with the top of the Panther lineup, though.
Yep.
Francis, Demers, and Armbruster.
Yeah, Beverly having a little trouble with the bats. They only had four hits last game.
Yes.
So they're not really...
They're not swinging the bats well, actually.
No, and then you look, a number of strikeouts, too. 5 Ks on the day so far in 4 innings.
And just 2 hits. Petrosino and Rushton are the only men with singles so far.
No, it went up and back.
All right. So
and Rich is clearing out the water collection on top of the tent here.
Don't want it collapsing on us.
Yeah, you are. I already felt a couple that go on me too when you did that.
Ball's outside. That ball is outside.
Back has also gotten some the help of the ump with a few extra inches off the outside corner.
Yeah.
Griffin charges that one in the center field.
That's going to be, is he going to get 2 out of that?
He gets 2, and Griffin's going to have to hold up.
Yep.
What a job by...
Nice play by
Cote.
Cote getting to that.
That was a great job by Ethan Cote to run that ball down. I thought for sure that was going to be a leadoff double. But
yeah, if that ball stays down, he's able to get 2 out of that. But it bounced up. Cote got to it. Took a bounce. Cote was able to snag it. All right, so let's see if Demers bunts him over here.
But the base hit by Francis. breaks up the 5-in-a-row little streak Sibak had going on of men set down.
So he pulled that back.
Demers.
Didn't see a strike call on that.
Wait, did he call it a strike?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
All right, so you get a third baseman playing real close.
Hey, he's playing way in.
Let's see if they take the bunt sign off. And try to hit
Demers
that.
is 0 for 2 today. He struck out twice.
Okay.
They did take the bunt sign off.
They did take the bunt sign off. That kid's thinking, oh, man.
That's got to be terrifying as a third baseman, playing in that much, and all of a sudden the kid actually takes a full swing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've played in some softball leagues where it's a much smaller field, and you got third basemen just taking balls off the chest and making them plays, It's just craziness.
Sometimes it takes a sec for the pain to kick in. So
Yeah.
you can make the play.
You can make the play.
And then all of a sudden realize that
It's
you're in
down.
agonizing pain.
Moves the runner over.
Francis.
Okay. Moves him
Griffin
over
took
with
a
the
wide turn over
Yeah,
there.
well, he was thinking he might have been able to get there.
But with the wet dirt, I actually thought his front cleat actually slid out a little bit on him.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, and I think that might be part of the reason why he didn't get a double on that is it's
That
a slow
too.
track out there right now. And his mutter is not a mutter.
So good job by Demers to get the bunt down, and now Armbruster.
Oh, nice stop there by the catcher.
A good play by Dempsey right there to smother that breaking ball.
All right, now with that breaking ball he throws, there is a chance of a wild pitch, though.
Yeah.
And he threw a few in the first inning, but again, we can't really use the first inning anymore as a gauge.
They were fastballs, too.
Oof, nice break on that. That was a late break on that one.
Goodness. He has probably the best breaking ball I've seen all season. So
Yeah,
far.
you may be right.
It is nasty.
And it wasn't his breaking ball that he was missing on in that first inning.
No, it was his fastball.
Yeah.
Ooh, and
that's
Sam
loose.
got the fastball. He was a little late on it, but still some solid aluminum on it.
All right, so now Sammy's got to figure if it looks like it's going to hit me, it's probably not. Right? It's probably going to be a curveball. So
I just have to have the fortitude to stay here.
The ball looks like it's
and
going
hope.
behind me. I better stay in there. This is where wiffle ball helps. Got
Oh,
him
my
with that
goodness.
breaking ball.
That slider again gets Sammy waving at nothing but air. And Sibak, his 6th punch out. And that tying run still sitting out there on second base, and now with 2 outs.
All right, so
By the way, Beverly might have to start getting aggressive as well, because the last thing you want to do is get to Sibak's breaking ball.
right. It's in there for a
But
strike.
Eric pours in strike 1.
He's got. I think he's got them a little off balance now. Kind of guessing what's he going to be throwing.
Definitely. And it's hard to be aggressive when you watch a guy walk 5 guys in an inning.
Yeah, right. But essentially, you have to now erase the first inning.
No, you really do.
Right from your mind. Whatever you saw in the first inning, you're not going to see it again.
No.
I mean, he's really kind of settled down. He's got command of both his fastball and his breaking ball now.
And you really don't want to get to that breaking ball.
That's a strike.
That's a strike.
That ball tailed in. I don't know if it was a strike, but it was close.
But now it's 1-2 on Rushton. Slider time now.
Ryan's got to sit on that breaking ball. See, slider on a lefty down and in is tough. Strike 3.
Oh, my goodness. But instead, Eric paints the outer half with a fastball. And as you said, that was a great word for it. He has them all kinds of off balance.
Yep.
You thinking slider, he paints the outer half on a fastball.
Yeah, that's tough because you had your leadoff guy on, you bunted him over, and Sibak just comes in with some nasty pitches. And he really has not thrown a lot of pitches in these last 4 innings.
No, he has not at all. Is that DiPiero still? It is.
Yep.
So Eric back out there again, and he will face Kalapinski, Dempsey, and then back to the top of the order in Zenas. As I said it before, Sabaki has looked straight nasty, but Eric has settled down in this game in his own right.
Yeah. Yep.
Those 2 runs, as I said in the second, both are unearned, so he actually hasn't allowed an earned run since the first, and has pitched pretty well. Actually, an error cost them of what would have been actually a 7-in-a-row set down streak.
Yeah. Yeah, so Beverly's had two base runners since that first inning. And one of them got erased on the pickoff.
Yes.
So they're just they're not hitting. And I'll tell you what, I think it's less about the bats as it is about the kid on the mound.
No, I 100% agree.
But you know,
Beverly hasn't swung the bats great the last 2 games, but
Yeah.
I don't think there's much you can do about it today because since
I know,
that first inning, he has looked really good.
Well, I know, having seen him in the past, I knew he was going to be tough, and Beverly knew he was going to be a tough pitcher. I just don't think they knew he was going to be this tough.
Yeah.
But Beverly's down 1 run. It just takes a couple of plays and you can get that run across.
So as I said, this is Kalapinski. He walked his first time and then lined out to Armbruster in what ended up being a double play. It looked like a breaking ball. He lines it over there to Demers at second, who catches it.
Yep, he caught that.
Yeah, he caught it straight up in the air, and he lines out again to a middle infielder.
All right, so Kalapinski with 2 lineouts to the middle of the infield.
And now Dempsey standing 0 for 2. He struck out his last time.
Oh, okay. Pinch hitter?
I don't know.
Oh, Dempsey number 6? No.
Oh, yeah, no. It is a pinch hitter.
Okay, so that's
Nowardney.
Nowardney.
That's how I'm going to say it.
Is it what
Sam
what letter
Nowardney. It's a coach's handwriting, okay?
Yeah, they need to do when interviewing for coaches, they need to check your penmanship.
No, they really don't. I'm not going to blame them.
Well, I'm thinking
I appreciate that he gave me the
as
card.
a broadcaster, I'm saying give me some good penmanship.
I wish they would do.
You know, because there's going to be some parent at home who's going to be mad that we're not calling the kid's name right. And I'm going to say it's the coach's fault for not having good handwriting.
That is a D, actually, before the W. So, Nowardney?
Look, I'll tell you, Dom, my handwriting is about as bad as a chimpanzee's, okay?
I don't
But I always made sure that my lineups were written out well.
I don't even think it's just the handwriting, though, on this one. I'm going to say Nowardney.
Nowardney?
So this is Sam Nowardney, number 6, pinch hitting for Dempsey. And Eric in for a strike that time on the breaking ball, it looked like.
Now, it'll be interesting to see if they re-enter. Got him.
And he sets him down on strikes.
Okay, so that's K. I think he got him on the swing. What do you think, Mark? Yeah. Well, I already wrote a regular K, so he went down swinging.
That is
nasty
the
pitch by DiPiero.
4th strikeout of the game for DiPiero. And here is the man, Aaron Zinas. Led this game off with a homer, reached on an error the next time, and struck out his last time.
Yeah, Zenas started off the first at-bat of the game with a home run.
Also, I'll correct myself, 5 strikeouts.
That's going to be a hit.
And Zenas drives that one
on,
into left field and skips away from Petrosino.
Skip I was talking about with that wet infield, wet outfield.
And that ball will be fired back in, but not before Zenas reaches second base now.
You could almost see that ball was going to give him trouble skipping away like that.
But I'd say Aaron has been right on DiPiero for the most part all day. Other than the 1 strikeout his last at-bat. But he put another good charge into that ball. So 2 are gone with Zenas over at second. That ball gets away from McKay, and Zenas will move up the 90 feet to third.
That ball had a lot of movement. That was a tough play for McKay there.
So LaGrassa 0 for 2, walked and scored back in the first, though. And he has a chance to try and widen this lead out for his Chieftains by 1.
Pitch him outside.
Nope, missed low. And swung on, ground ball over to Demers, bobbles it up,
yep, got him.
Held
the bag.
Good job by Joshua
nice
to recover that time to end the inning.
Nice play by Nick Fox holding the bag on that.
So that'll end the inning. DiPiero getting through another scoreless inning, making it 4 straight.
So after those first 2 innings, it looked like it was going to be a high-scoring affair, but it's pretty much turned into a pitcher's duel since then.
It really has. 100%. Both these men have settled down quite well.
All the runs being scored in the first 2 innings. So now you wonder, now it's going to become a matter of reaching the pitch limit.
Yes.
It's bottom of the 6th right now. You figure as economical as Sibak's been over the last 4 innings, that first inning did rack up a lot of pitches. So he's got to be somewhere in the 80-90 pitch range, I'd imagine.
I think he would have to be, definitely.
I mean, you think about it, he like we said, he threw about 35-40 in that first inning. So 4 innings, if you're averaging 10 an inning, which we know he threw more than that, that's 80 pitches right there. So he's probably got to be getting to that point. So you're probably going to – we'll kind of know if we see somebody warming up in the bullpen.
Yeah. So he will have Petrosino, McKay, and Frost hitting against him this inning.
Petro is looking to jump on top of a good pitch here, I think.
Yeah, Petrosino was the one with the RBI single back in the first. And that one runs in and nearly hits him.
Doesn't have to jump on that one.
No, he did not. He had to jump away from that one.
Yeah, yep.
Sibak winds and fires and pours in a strike this time to even the count back up.
Right, so it's 51 degrees now. Feels a little colder now.
It does. I think the wind has changed direction and we're feeling it.
Well, it just could be the fact that we've been out here in this for
that too.
A couple hours
Although
now.
I'll tell you, the flag out of the outfield now is dead still.
Yeah, that's true.
For the first time today.
All right, so we got 2 strikes on him here.
Yep, 2 strikes now on Petrosino, and you know what that means.
Yep, he's going to go outside corner.
Though he did freeze Rushton last time with a fastball thinking slider.
Fastball in.
Fastball in, once again having Petrosino jump out of the way in 2-2.
You know, it's hard to say this, you know, and it's hard to do, but it's one of those things you just got to watch the pitch all the way. You can't just give up on a pitch because that breaking ball is going to, you know, can land in for a strike.
Yeah. Though it's easier for Petrosino being a lefty right now.
Change up right there.
And it looked like yeah, you're right. It was off speed, but it wasn't the slider. It was the changeup from Sibak, and gets Petrosino down swinging for his 8th K, I believe.
And he hasn't thrown that changeup much today, but when he has, it's worked really well for him.
And you do traditionally throw that to the opposite side. Petrosino being the lefty. And skips that one in the dirt, ball 1. McKay walked back in the first and grounded out to the shortstop his last time. And Eric missing outside and low again, 2-0 now.
Okay, walked his first time and 6-3 the second time. Okay,
Strike.
again, that ball looks outside to me.
It does. So I'm looking forward to go back and watching this one for multiple reasons. One, on some of these calls on the other half, but two, just how both of these pitches have settled down and thrown pretty well. And then caught him reaching out because of that time to Sibak over the first. A little bit wild on the throw, but not too bad. And now there's 2 gone.
All right, Brennan Frost up now.
And now Frost 0 for 2. Put a pretty good charge in a one over in the right field his last time, but the right fielder had a beat on it the whole way.
Okay, so they're going to pitch him inside here if you look at the center fielder.
Breaking ball.
Now, you notice the center fielder moved to the other side of the flagpole because he knew he was pitching him inside. Now he went back, so he's probably going to be pitching him outside here.
Did.
So if you're the batter, you might want to take a peek at the center fielder.
Yes.
And see where he's at. And if he moves drastically to the other side. Okay, so he's standing still now, so he's probably not coming inside here. I did.
Well, I don't know if he intended to, but.
Okay, Brennan not liking that inside strike.
Brennan wasn't happy with the call. No. 1-2.
Yeah, he's been hitting that spot all day, and he's been getting that pitch.
He went to the changeup for the strikeout last time. Let's see what he goes with here, the lefty.
And that was a changeup.
And he did go to the changeup, and Frost spoils it foul. Back towards us a bit.
You know, the tough thing is when the umpire's calling that pitch, but he's not always calling it, you, as a batter, you have trouble, do I swing or do I not swing, right? Because, you know, if he's always calling it, that's easy. It's easy. You might as well swing at it all the time. But
Sivak pulled the string on him again. That's a great job by Frost, who looked like he was out in front, being able to keep the hands back just enough to get a piece of that and foul it off. Because he had him out in front.
Oh, yeah.
So he's thrown 2 straight changeups. See if he goes with here.
Oh, geez,
breaking ball.
That thing broke late, too. That ball was right over the plate, and then that almost hit him.
I know. Breaking ball, and Frost turned on it and fouled it way off. 3 straight fouls.
All right, so Brennan fighting off a couple of tough pitches.
You've seen him so much slow stuff. Let's see if he goes back to the fastball here.
Try to sneak it by him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
He did, and Frost once again spoiled it. I'll tell you, Frost, it looks like he's the only one who's actually seeing Sibak all right.
Yeah.
Because as I mentioned, he put a charge into the ball his last time on the out as well.
Yep.
And now he's having a couple of good looks on the last 2. And he swung on, fly into center field. The center fielder going over, still going over. Makes the catch, though, and that will end the inning.
Another 3-batter inning.
Yep. Frost battled as much as he could and still got a decent piece of that, but it's a fly out once again for him.
Mean, Frost did have the quality at bat, the proverbial quality at bat.
Frost doesn't have a hit, but I tell you, Frost consistently seemed like the only one who's seeing him well at all.
All right.
But we will go on to the top of the 7th with the score remaining the same. Masco in front, 5-4, and Joshua Demers is the man taking over now.
So let's see, they're going to put Petrosino out at second. That means we're going to see Casey Bellew come out to left. Yeah. So that'll close the book on DiPiero.
Yep.
Again, Eric struggled those first 2 innings, but he really settled down for the last 4 and actually really pitched really well those last 4 innings.
He pitched really well. He actually only gave up 1 hit.
Yeah.
Through those last 4.
You know, he gave up the home run to start the game, then a walk scored. Really the first 3, I mean, he faced 9 batters in the first inning, gave up 3 runs. And then he gave up that 1 unearned run in the second inning. And then he's pitched really well since then. I mean, he's only given up 1 batter since the second inning. 1 batter over for those innings, that is. All right, so Demers coming in.
By the way,
And
closing
Don,
the
we had
book
said
here.
we hadn't seen Josh in a couple of games.
Yep.
He in the beginning of the season he pitched he pitched in every game, right?
Yeah.
And then we haven't seen him in a bit.
So
A little
Deep,
change of pace here.
Yeah.
He's a very different kind of pitcher than DiPiero.
yep.
Relies on movement a lot.
Yeah, a lot of contact.
Yeah, he'll pitch to contact, but he'll also make you swing at some tough pitches.
So
And
the
it
final,
looks like they're warming up a guy to come in
For Masco?
Yeah,
yeah, I had to figure that Sebek needed to be near the end.
yeah.
So Demers on his first pitch in for a strike and fouled off
Tell
back
you,
towards the Masco
they're
dugout.
not afraid to swing at that first pitch. They've been aggressive.
They've been very aggressive. So DiPiero, his final line, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 walks, 5 punch-outs, 5 runs, only 3 of them earned.
Another strike. So we're seeing, looks like Matt Golini got to start warming up. He's going through the whole process of stretching and everything before that.
Who?
Number 9, Matt Golini.
Flying to right.
Frost
Frost still
calling that
drifting
off.
in
And he
and
makes
makes
the
the
play.
catch.
I don't think there was any question about who was going to make that play.
No. Just if he would.
Yeah. That Moynihan?
Yep, that was Moynihan. And now Ethan Cote standing in, who's 1 for 3 today. Singled, flied out to right, and then reached on the error back in the 5th. And Demers pours in strike 1 to him.
Francis
And
going
fly
to make
ball
that play.
again.
And he's over there, and he makes the catch.
And who brought that in?
That was Francis.
I thought so. So back-to-back flyouts here to open the 7th against Demers. And as you said, who is it? Matt Golini, the man warming up right now for Masco to try and close things down for them.
So far, Josh economizing his pitches. And he's going to do that. Francis.
Boy, he really economized his pitches, huh?
Francis over there.
Fly ball to
That's a
Francis.
nice
Griffin is under
job.
it to make the play, and that will end the inning. So 3 batters, 3 flyouts, 2 to Francis, 1 to Frost, and Demers has a shutdown top of the 7th.
Josh only throwing a couple pitches in that, a few pitches in that inning. All right, so it looks like Sidbuck's probably going to come out
Yeah.
to start. Yep. But I think they're warming up Golini because Sidbuck's probably going to run out of pitches at some point.
Yeah, probably. So
He's
Sibak,
not in the bullpen warming up, though.
well,
which is
there's
interesting.
I think there's somebody sitting right down there near
Okay,
their
well,
bullpen because
you
of the
could
track
always,
meet.
You could always tell the person they need to move.
You
'cause
could.
This is a baseball field.
Could. But yeah, I know. I'm liking it because they're right by us. I'm getting a good look.
Yeah, right.
So Sibak back out there. As you said, probably running out of pitches soon, though.
Yeah.
He will face Fox, Visnick, and then back to the top of the order in Francis.
Beverly probably hoping that he runs out of pitches
Yeah.
at this point. If
I
they
mean,
can
I
get
sure
to
am.
anybody else.
I really am. As much as I am enjoying watching him, because it has been fun to watch,
Yeah.
I enjoy watching good pitching. Now with only 3 outs left, I would love to see Sibak gone.
Okay, well, now you get the umpires talking with Coach Cahill about something.
Yep. All right. So
All
the
right, so-
Panthers down to their last 3 outs to try and keep this winning streak alive as it sits at 3 right now. They trail 5-4.
They got to get a guy on base.
And Eric Sibak,
Which
who
they-
after a disastrous first inning has just been the bane of Beverly's existence now through the last 5 innings.
It's not very often that you see a guy face 9 batters in the first inning and still pitch in the 7th inning.
Yeah. And he reaches out and taps this one back to Sibak,
Oh.
who
Oh,
throws
he bobbled that.
nearly
Almost
put a
threw it
little
away.
bit too much on that
Yeah.
throw. But the first baseman, Moynihan, able to ring it in, and that is the first out on just 2 pitches, too.
Yep. So, again, we're talking about pitch count. You throw a 2-pitch at bat, you may keep yourself in there for a couple more batters.
He might. Now Visnick, the man standing in. And Golini, the man warming up, is good, so he will stop Sibak misfires on the first one to Ian, who squared around the bunt as if he was trying to bunt for a hit.
I don't think he was taking it. I think that may have been a
drag bunt.
Well, I think it may have also been, let's get this guy throwing a couple pitches so we can get him out of here.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, he's got to be close to the limit right here.
Oh, yeah. And Visnick swung on, sprays it to right field. The right fielder coming in makes the catch.
Well, I thought that ball might drop, but
I thought it was going to too. Ian did a nice job, inside-out swing, taking it to right field, but it hung up just long enough for Pelletier.
Okay, so Golini is back in the dugout. Sibak has not reached his limit yet.
Nope. Griffin Francis standing in. 1 for 2, walked and scored back in the first, grounded out to the shortstop, and then singled his last time. Which his last single is only one of 2 hits since the first inning for the Panthers. And Sibak starts him out with a strike.
Yep. With that breaking ball.
Yeah. And another one.
Nope. Oh, no. That's
tough call right there.
Call.
I think they want to go home.
Yeah, you think?
Oh, that is a brutal call. So now Eric Sibak on what would be an amazing comeback story after that first inning, a pitch away from a complete game. And he drills one in on the hands of slow roll. Fielded by the third baseman. Up and throws, and that will end the ball game.
That's a great outing by Eric Sibak after that first inning.
5-3 on the putout to end things here, and the Panther win streak is snapped at 3 as Masconomet comes here and takes this one 5-4 behind a beautiful pitching performance from Eric Sibak. Flawless almost if you don't count that first inning at all.
Well, you take a look. Sibak walked 5 in the first inning, and he didn't walk another guy after that.
He actually only allowed 2 men to even reach base.
Yeah. And so that was a really gutsy performance from a kid who we thought wasn't going to come back in the second inning. And he gets himself a complete game, which is amazing to think about, especially in this age of pitch limits and all that kind of stuff. The fact that the coach let him go back out there was amazing. Yeah. And Eric proved the coach right for putting him back out there.
Yeah, he did prove them right.
So Beverly scores 4 in the first inning.
Yeah,
and they don't do anything the rest of the way.
Yeah, the final line on Sibak, 7 innings, 8 punch-outs, 5 walks, 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, all in that first inning.
And on the other side, Eric DiPiero, again, struggled in that first inning, gave up another run, an unearned run in the second inning, and then he steamrolled through, and then he got a little help from Demers in that last inning.
Actually, I missed something. Only 3 hits allowed by Sibak.
3. I'm only seeing 2. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep.
Just 3 hits allowed by Sibak.
Yep.
And, you know, that's a nice point, too. Eric, in a loss, pitched pretty well himself after a rough first inning. DiPiero did a beautiful job of taking control himself, and he allowed 2 more runs after that, but both of those runs were unearned as he settled right in and pitched very well for Beverly the rest of the way through.
Yeah, Eric pitched really well here on Senior Day. You hate to lose Senior Day, but as a senior, knowing that you did everything you could to help your team out there after struggling, he showed some guts as well.
So the Panthers, I believe, are on the road for the next game. We won't be back doing a broadcast until June 7th when they take on Winthrop.
Yeah, so
that'll be a 4:30 start time as I have it.
Let's see, what do I have? June 7th? You're right.
June 7th against Winthrop. So anyway, for Dominic Lorenzano, Rich Francis here signing off. Beverly's winning streak snapped at 3 as they ran into a complete buzzsaw at Sibak after the first inning. And Basco takes this one 5-4. And Dominic Lorenzano with Rich Francis signing off. Have a good rest of your night, everybody.